Hey, welcome, all my right thinkers. Thanks for tuning in to check out your boy, G Farm. Thinking right out here in the lab. We out in the morning. The sun is up now, so it ain't too early, but I'm out here doing what I do for you. I put together a nice lesson for you today. Let's rock. Rightism, 25 rules to live by. Storyteller, story with a message. I put the message in the story for life. I give life lessons. Sometimes I use the book to tell a story, but still a life lesson. Let's go. What's about my over here? Excuse me. All right. Right thinking mission, and that's what I'm on, is to enlighten, inspire, educate, and motivate you, the individual, to a higher spiritual level of enlightenment. I'm in my wheelhouse right now doing what I do, try to enlighten you. Right thinking is a way of life through a mental and spiritual discipline daily will help and guide you to obtain that goal of reaching spiritual enlightenment, aka know thyself. That's my mission. It should be all right thinkers' goal to know thyself by taking the lessons daily and applying them daily, and you'll get to that point by knowing thyself. Trust me. Hey, the question: do you know you? A lot of us think we do, and for those who don't, I can help you with that. Let's go. That's what I do for you. A person who knows not and knows not that they know not, leave them be. They're foolish. Disregard them. A person who knows not and knows that they know not is simple. You teach them. That's why I do what I do. All for you. I appreciate you too. Stay tuned. I got you. A person who knows not and believes and think that they know is dangerous. Avoid them. I do. A person who knows, but knows not that they know, it's cool. They're asleep spiritually. I'm the spiritual alarm clock here to wake you up with knowledge yourself. A person who knows and knows that they know is wise. Follow them. All these persons reside in you. Right thinkers know thyself. And to Maya, be true. Speaking of Maya, that's where we at today. I'm bringing my girl back. Oh, I love her philosophy. Today we're going to talk about my favorite God, Trinity. She's involved. Okay? It's what's called the Path of Action Enlightenment. And it's talking about Maya and the god Djehuti. Some people said there was consorts. No, they just compare philosophical points of view and their own point with that. Djehuti has Sachet as his consort. Maya has none. Okay, understand that. That's where you get the none from. Maya, no man. So the women who celebrating God, yeah, she's that. But she's God's daughter, conceptually. Let's go. Then we're going to deal with, first we're going to have the forms of Djehuti. I'll break it down for you. Okay? This is going to be some fun. All right? This is what I do for you. This is going to be fun. All right, forms of Djehuti. You see him one time, he's in his full regalia, his ibis head, he's an ibis head man with the regalia with the double plume uh, crown, the two horns coming out from the ram's ears. Then you got the two serpents on the side with the sun disk. So he's full. He's good to go. In his baboon form, he sits with a scribe in his hand like he's studying. The next one you see him again, he got his hat, which is the half moon with the mayat feather sticking at the top, and he's a scribe. Every time you see him, he's writing. I think he's left-handed too. Yep. So understand that Djehuti is spelled D, which is silent, not the Django, not D Djehuti. Okay. And some people will pronounce it like that. G's, D's, and P's back in the ancient time was solid. So they put in there, but the P's also ta. We say puta. So that's the concept. Okay. Now, Djehuti. Djehuti. The god Djehuti is intimately, listen, related to the goddess Maya. There you go. They're tied together in philosophical concepts only. He is the what? The divinity who was, listen, commissioned by Ra, God, the supreme being, to do what? To bring the wisdom teachings to the world. Establish Maya in the realm of what? Time and space. I told you, when you see Ra standing, he's always on the pedestal. You see Tahuti, they always standing on Mayat. That's the concept. Okay? Everybody stands on Mayat. The world is established on Mayat in the realm of time and space. He is, listen, Ra's mind and heart. Heart, mind, coherence. That's who Tahuti represents. Why? Because you need the heart to be in contact with the mind, them working together as one. Tahuti Mayat. That's the concept. All right. But he represents the heart and the mind. So he's the thinking apparatus of God. And he's inside you. You use him. I mastered him also. Trust me. Now, Tahuti is the symbol of listen, right reason, the link to higher self. When the determination to pursue divine arises in you, the struggle becomes what? A holy war against ignorance. Ignorance is represented by Set. You want to defeat, conquer Set. Why? He's not good. And also, you had the illusions within one's consciousness of just being yourself, so you don't know your higher self. The ego, excuse me, your ego self steps up. I mean, understand? That's why you got to use Tahuti. Why? That's your thought method. That's your rhyme and reason. Watch this. Now, if this process is not understood, a struggle is to what? Overcome. Listen, what's the struggle between the ego set? Let me break it down for you a little bit better. Just in case you don't understand, let's do a little more, break it down a little more finer. Okay, too big? Break it down a little more. Watch this. So the struggle is to what? Overcome anger, emotions, hatred, more emotions, greed, more emotions, bigotry, jealousy, etc. All those are emotions internal that you will suffer through if you carry that concept with you by being ignorant. That's what ignorance is. That's Set. He's ignorant. These are all the things that he represents. Hope you're getting this. Now, all this is what? Within oneself. I keep saying that to you. All this is going on inside you. The energy of the struggle becomes what? Directed to the world outside of oneself in the form of what? Politics, my favorite, religious, social, ethnic, genders, etc. Constant conflicts. We can't seem to get along. The Egyptians practiced Mayat. They didn't have all that problem. Why? Because everybody took care of themselves. It ain't my job to get you to be. I teach it now, but I got to do me first. I got to have it. I want to give it to you. I have to have it, manifest it for myself, perfected it, mastered it before I can start teaching it. You would think. That's just that's why I don't think it should be done. So okay, I did the old-fashioned way. Let's go. Now the struggle. Watch this. Here's the struggle. Haru, higher self. Who wants to run the show? Who should run the show? But Set seems to get in there first. Watch this. Like religion. They give you the well-dressed lie. So now the truth come along. We don't want it. We got this. But what you got don't work. That's the concept. So the struggle between Haru and Set does not end. Watch this. With either destroying the other. You don't want to kill your ego. Conceptually, you just want to put it in a position where it will work for you, not against you. Watch. Haru pursues the path of reason. Tahuti seeking counsel with the wisdom of who? Tahuti. He uses consciousness, Tahuti, watch this. Wisdom follows the exercise of what? Reason. And reason follows the practice of what? Studying. That's all your boy do. I'm sitting here, I'm surrounded by books. That's all I do. I pick a different book every day to teach from. So I love this. So that's what I'm saying. I'm fulfilling my obligation to do what I think I do best, teach. So your practice of what? Studying, questioning, reflecting, and inquiring into what? The nature of the truth. All I do is truth. All I care about is the truth. Nothing else matters to me. Okay, understand that. I don't lie. I don't fabricate. I don't big up. No, I don't do none of that nonsense I teach. Okay, now Set, here you go. Your lower self, watch this, refuses. Your ego will refuse to what? Abide by the decree of wisdom. So he ain't trying to learn nothing. No allowed to learn. I know. Those guys who think and believe they know, you can't tell them nothing. Watch this. But he is eventually, here you go, sublimated what? Through his own humiliation and ignorance. And in the end, when you, the aspirant, is aligned with what? All the divine forces, meaning you practice, you perfected your God consciousness and your forces within you, to the force. You use the force. You master all the elements. And watch this. Of your lower self can what? You'll know your lower self. Once you do this, your lower self, your ego self, can no longer struggle. He lose the fight. He will give in. Why? He can't handle it. When you raise to the next level, he can't go no higher. He's ground based. This is hell. Set is the devil of this planet. Physical, your mind, your ego self runs this. You got to rise it above. That's the concept. They knew this thousands of years ago. So watch this. The overwhelming force of the divine pushes what? The lower self into what? Position of service rather than mastership. This is its rightful place. Set is a worker. Best worker you got. So let him work. Don't let him be in control. You got people who work. I'm a worker. I'm going to do what I do. I don't need to be the boss. I don't need to know. I just need to do what it is I do. Let me do that. And we ain't got no problem. That's what I do. I'm bringing what I do. I'm a team player. The team need what I do. I'm your man. I don't want your job. I don't want your position. I don't want your responsibilities. I got my own. Moving on. People who are envious of other people don't have their own. Simple as that. Right thinkers, we don't envy and be jealous of nobody. Why are we doing our own thing? That's the purpose. The Egyptian book of coming forth by day and night, watch, describes what? Listen, it describes the journey of the human soul in the realm of what? The afterlife. Nobody knows about what happened you die. Nobody. Okay, but they had a concept. That's all we got for anything else. Past life, afterlife, future life, this all conceptually, it's all theologically figured out. You get to pick and choose who you want to follow, what you want to practice. That's the free will. Okay, understand that. We got enough people teaching a whole bunch of stuff. You got to pick one. Like a beauty contest. Everybody stuck this stuff. So pick me, follow me, do me. I understand. So I don't do none of that. I just do what I do for you. And watch this. They gave the realm and afterlife, and watch this. And it also describes what each man and woman must do to survive death. Here, they give you, that's why the blueprint is how to live right. I'm trying to show you that. When you fulfill the obligation of living Maya, watch this. You will survive death and come forth into what? The light and day of what? Life, the illumination, eternal happiness, aka bliss and hotel. In the afterlife. They lived in the afterlife. Why? Because they knew that was forever. This was temporary. Don't get caught up in this life. Most of us come here, that's what they're trying to tell you. Asar got caught up with Nephthys because what? She's mature, she's mortal, but she's looked just like Isis. Look good, but she's going to die. She's deaf. You better go with Isis. Why? She's where you want to go. That's the next level up, conceptually. That's this. Remember, the opposites. Mortal, immortal. Nephthys represents mortality here, Earth, and that's her place. She's the lady of the mistress of the house here on Earth. Isis runs the abode upstairs where the crown resides. She wear the crown on her head. Nonetheless, but let's get back to this. I hope you get this concept. To become illuminated means to know yourself, become enlightened eternally. There's a light that's inside you that you want to shine. A quick lesson. I became a Mason. They want us to sing a song. I don't go to church, so I don't know no church hymns. None. Only thing came to my mind was this little light of mine. I'm gonna let, and I felt that. That became the theme song from that point on. Okay. Why? It signifies something that's inside you. It's simple. If something makes sense, I'm not gonna argue it. I ain't got to subscribe to it, but I'm not going to argue with it. If it makes sense, I understand that. So when I teach my teachers, all I want you to do is understand it and make sense. You don't have to follow it, subscribe to it. That's what I'm trying to explain to you. It's a choice. That's good. And those who choose this, You chose right. Let's go. Now, at the time of death, if we go back again to death, why? Because that's when life begins for the Egyptians. After death, watch this. After death, or prior to the death, the heart consciousness, spelled Conscience, meaning it's the science in there. A lot of people don't get that, so I try to break that in and let you see when the spelling with the CINC, that's science. That means it's been proven. It's a fact. Consciousness symbolized by what? The ab. Ab like a jar of the being is weighed and against what? Truth, symbolized by what? The feather of my eye. That's why she wear it. It goes on the scale, your heart on the scale. And if your heart heavy in that feather, you got a problem. Ahmed gets to have her way with you. Okay? And you can't blame nobody. You can't fault nobody for the things you did in your life and you came up short. Here, our godly faculty, here you go, symbolized by who? Ampu, they got Anubis and Tahuti. And our ability to what? Use them while we're on earth. And that's what's going to be judged. Our ability to have our discernment in order and our reasoning faculty. Did we use it? Did we master it? Did we become knowledgeable of ourselves? In the halls of Maya, the heart and eternal organs of deceased are judged by what? 42 judges who are each in charge of one regulation. You got judges that say, I have, the first one that says, I have not committed sin. Okay. That first judge who there in represents you in that aspect of you, if they give you the nod, meaning yeah, he's correct, they're gonna move on. If not, whoa, you're lying. And they said, heart, don't refuse me, meaning don't speak against me. Okay? If you're not pure of heart, your heart will turn you in. God don't do, he don't make deals. No. Anubis, his job is to take you either to Amet or to Osiris. He don't care about you kicking, screaming, begging, pleading. It means nothing to him. He's the man who's going to do his job. I love that kind of calm person. I feel the same way. If I'm doing this, I'm doing this. No shortchanging. Watch this. Now, you're being judged pretty much by who? Yourself. All 42 regulations, watch this, or virtuous guidelines of things that you did make the basis for the 42 negative confessions. And it starts with I have. I have. You're speaking for yourself, to your higher self. And it knows, it's just sitting there seeing if you're going to try to BS it like you've been doing while you're on earth. It don't work here. Okay? So understand that. And watch this. If one lives, watch this, righteously, virtuously, one will be what? Able to say that I have not committed any offenses. Told you I love doing this. Why? I do this. I study this. I learn this. I live this. You can too. Make the decision and you'll see why. That's my point. I ain't got to try to sell you on no. I ain't selling God. I'm not selling belief in God. I'm trying to get you to get to God for yourself. That's the different concept. Trust me. I'm not here to raise the roof and get you all feeling good about who. No. I'm gonna get you to think, understand, and live right. That way you benefit when you have to. Trust me. Let's go. Upon uttering, watch this, these words, the deceased takes on a new name. Instead of Mark Wright, I become Asar Mark Wright. I changed. And then the thing you see, he go in, I knew go in, his hair is black. When he passed the test of scales of Maya, when he going to see Osiris, his hair is white. So we understood the ghostly concept. Okay, we understood the spiritual concept. That's where white come from. And newsflash, we didn't wear black till more than the death. We wore white linen. My man, Dr. Ben said, y'all look like a bunch of penguin and pallbearers out there. So I don't roll that way. I do white. Okay, let's go. Now, if the heart of Mark Wright is found to be heavier than the feather, you're not going. Why? Shut up. What you say means nothing. Zip it. This speaks for you now. See? You see? And if you don't conceptualize that and understand that, you're gonna be so confused. Well, I didn't know. I didn't. That's not an excuse. Okay, so watch this. So if your heart is headed in the feather, watch this. Instead of joining, becoming a sar more, oh, you about to be sent back to the realm of mental illusion, meaning your consciousness is gonna be going back to nowhere, and you're gonna start all over again with the spirit, and you have to be born into a new body and have, aka mulligan if you play golf, a do-over. So in life, you're gonna get a do-over, but you won't get to do it. The spirit's getting the do-over. You done. Okay, that's the concept. And when people understood that, and they did, they lived, did, and been what? Right. Because they didn't live for this. They didn't live for respect from each other. No, they lived for the respect from God. Why? So they can go on and be with him. Sorry about that. And the mental illusions of the world. Watch this. Now, in the form of what? You may come back as an animal or a beast. What? To be eaten by monsters or tormented by evil spirits who feed on what? On sin, greed, and unrighteous people, etc. There's a monster in another world who have a mouth. His buttocks has a mouth with teeth. So he sit down and eat. That's lazy. But that's the kind of stuff that you got to deal with if you don't get on this side. You go on that side, you're going to catch hell. And bite from the seven rings on the Maat scale. You see him, Ahmed biting from 3 down. If you only got 3 degrees of knowledge, you only reach the 3rd degree of the chakras, you're done. Masons, you got 3 degrees, you're in a master. Again, it takes 7. No, that's the jed pillar that you see spot outside backbone, the pillar. That's the 4 other conscious levels that you got to reach. That's when you got to become smart. That's when you got to try to raise your conscious level. You have to study. You have to learn. Find you a sage. Find you a guru. Find you anybody, a pastor who knows what they're doing, and learn from them. They're glad to teach you. I am. All right, let's go. Watch this. Now, if the heart of Mark Wright is found lighter than the feather of Maya, or even equal, if it just balances out, you're good. Remember, balance is good. All right, is when it tips the one way or another. It can even be lighter than the feather. That's always good. Watch this, and that signifies you are real good. If your heart is found lighter than the feather or equal in weight, it signifies that what? You led a virtuous, righteous life and had what? Mastered the knowledge of right thinking philosophy and the wisdom of every God. Remember, you learn them, you become them, you master them, and you incorporate in your character. That's how you become a better you. And that's what it's telling you. I'm trying to break it down. Now watch this. All the gods that you master, all of which what are aspects of the one God. And therefore, I can sit or I fit in with a new life. I get a new body, I get new everything. As a sorrow mark, right? I'm ready to what? Transcend from this world onto the next realm of existence. That's what they call heaven now. But the ancients knew that to be Maya, and that's your reward for living Maya. You pass the scales of judgment and you move on and you hang out with God. Sound familiar? So that new concept, heaven, hell, St. Peter at the gate, all you gotta do is say, I know Jesus and that nonsense, okay? If you want to get into a nightclub, speakeasy, house of ill repute, know the password. Jesus. Okay, you're in. Don't work that way in the real deal. You better know my eye. Okay, let me go. Let me get this over. I got one more page, but oh Lord, let me get this thing rocking. Hope you're enjoying it. I'm having fun. I saw Mark Wright through his own virtuous life. Self-made. I did this. I put the work in. I did that too. I'm responsible. I got to eat that one. But now when it's good, oh, it's good. Watch this. Now through my virtuous life, is allowed to what? Take or fashion a new glorious body. To what? Live where? In eternity. Not for a little while. Not for no eternity. That's it. That's gonna be it from now. From then on, it don't. Time and space don't exist once you get into the spiritual realm. So it ain't. Well, I mean, nope, nope. It just goes on and on. There's no nothing. That's the whole point. Before time and space, it's just there. Wait. So you go there after you live a what? Righteous, virtuous life. You don't get there by sneaking, cheating, and just doing you. Won't happen. So they know safeguards. Now, what's this? You fashion new Lord's body with a saw. Thus, Asar Wright, the individual human soul meets what? And joins with Asar, the supreme being. I got a picture where you got Asar meeting Ra, and they both looking at each other like a mirror, reflection. I love that concept. I just came up with that one. Okay, but yeah, I got a picture of it somewhere. I gotta show it to you. Remember that. But I need me some PowerPoint stuff because there's some good stuff here. All right, let me wrap this up. Appreciate you tuning in. Don't want to take up all your time, but I was told give the lesson. I'm doing that. Let's go. Now, this signifies that our own nature is that of what? Universal consciousness. Part of the one. Again, back to the conscious ocean. The all are droplets. No matter what, you're still significant. That's the point. A hologram. If you break it, each one of the pieces is going to still have the whole hologram in it. Meaning, if you separate every part of the ocean, it still got God in it. That's the concept. Hope you understand it. I do. Watch this. Now, what was separated only by what? Ignorance. You didn't know. We get lied at when somebody do something stupid or wrong. I didn't know. That doesn't mean it ain't stupid or wrong. Know what you're doing before you do it. That way you don't have an excuse. It's not an excuse. It's just a reason for you doing whatever you did. And it don't hold water. It's not going to stop or change anything. You still got to be responsible for that action that you did. Separated only by the ignorance. And what? Now it's reunited. It remembered itself. Hello? I know who I am. This is why they told us, man, know thyself. They could have gave us all the bunch of philosophical points of views and all this good rhetoric. Nope. Know thyself. Take it from me. Simple. And I did. And watch this. Once it remembers itself, now it is only due to ignorance and the distractions in what? The physical world of desirable objects that we think we are individual human beings with what? Bodies, we are mortal. Yeah. And that concept, yeah. And if that's all you think you are, you won't make it to the next level. That's what they're trying to tell you. Watch this. Now, in reality, we are immortal and eternal beings having human experience who are one with the universe and, more important, each other. That we don't know. Because my mother gave birth to my brother, my sister. They're my brothers and sisters. Yeah, from birth. But we all are children of what? The one God. So we all brothers and sisters conceptually, and we don't seem to see that. We don't seem to conceive that. We sit again by ignorance. Ignorance means not knowing. The idea is knowledge means you need to know. Why? That way you can do. Not knowing means you're going to do haphazard things. You're going to do reckless things. And your excuse, I didn't know. So no reason to do stuff that you don't know. If I'm on a computer, I ain't computer literate. A few things I can do. When I get to the point where I don't know what I'm doing, I just stop. Just stop. I'm not going to push a button. No, I don't know what I'm doing. Go get help. Stop. Don't do a whole bunch of stuff. Just say, well, no, I'm smarter enough to know what I don't know. That's the point. And that's intelligence. Knowing what you don't know, that's more smart than a whole bunch of stuff that you think. You know why? Because that's irrelevant. The point that you don't know something should be important to you, and you should be willing to learn. I'm a master, I think. I'm a master myself, but I'm a student in life. So I'm willing to learn every aspect I need to about life to better myself. It's a choice. Again, good choice. All right, let me get this thing done. I'm yapping like crazy. Now, watch this. To realize this even before death, it is necessary to what? Live a righteous, virtuous manner, learning the lessons of human existence and what? Uncovering the veil of what? Ignorance, which blinds us from what? The realization of our essential nature, God. We must therefore master. We must master what? The knowledge and the wisdom of who? Every God. That's every aspect of your character. That's called self-mastery. That's what I'm trying to get you to do. Anpu, or Anubis, y'all know him, is the god of what? Discernment. When you take spirit, you take mortality, nature, you put them together, you get discernment. That's who Anpu is. Asar, Nephthys, made Anubis, which is discernment between you have to be discernment had to be used between knowing reality, from illusion, truth from the lies. I know the religion is a well-dressed lie. I know that. I don't have to believe that. I don't have to think. I know that, so I can tell you that. Whether you agree with it, subscribe to it, don't make a difference, but it's still knowledge. I'm just giving you something. You choose not to use it. That to me is not knowledge. Okay? That just means, again, ignorance will always reflect or deflect knowledge. Watch this. That's why you don't want to be set. And Tahuti is the God of what? Wisdom. So if you got discernment, you have wisdom, and you have experience and understanding of the truth, they oversee these two things, oversee the scales of Maya. That's why they had judgment day. Anubis, make sure you get in fit shape. Tahuti, keeping track, making sure he keeping records. Okay? This goes on inside you. Understand that. These are the gods that you need to master within you. Okay, you got Tahuti and Anubis. That's what's going to be taking care of Judgment Day. We got a whole bunch of other guys in between that have been giving me to them as I go. I'm going to keep giving you. I got some more. Don't worry about it. I got you. Watch this. Now, where you at? Now, the scales of judgment. These judge, watch it, they judge what? The condition of the heart, the ab, and they determine its level of spiritual achievement. This is also, watch this, symbolized. Here we go. But Amen, the monster devourer of what? Hearts, unrighteous hearts, unclean hearts that don't deserve to be nothing but erased from existence, because that's what is going to happen conceptually. Watch this. The devourer of hearts, who according to the Greenfield Papyrus, they got it, determine those who are what? The advanced spirits and worthy of salvation. Remember, you are responsible for your. Don't tell me, I know Jesus. I know Jesus. I thought I mean nothing. What did you do? And that's what they're going to judge you by. Watch this. So those who have developed what? Their higher consciousness, knowledge of self, right thinking philosophy, self-mastery, the higher conscious centers, which is the seven chakras, the kundalini, is symbolized by what? Watch, I told you, the fourth through the seventh rings of the levels of consciousness. There's seven levels. If you just got three, you're beastly. That's what the Sphinx, the first camp, the first monument showing man raised consciousness. The body is of a lion. The head, it was of a woman, but it's of a man. Same thing. But it means you have to raise your consciousness, become godlike in the flesh while human form, because that's what the consciousness is all about. And watch this. Those who have not progressed beyond the third lives on the base animal nature. Lower consciousness is symbolized by what? The lower three rings. Again, 3 degrees. Think about it. And those are the what? Unrighteous, and they are symbolically devoured by the monster of evil spirits. That means your heart wasn't good, it's getting eaten. Simply, it was evil. Black heart, whatever you want to call it. But if your heart don't pass the judgment day, it's taken out. So you're done, pretty much. Your conscience, which what you know as no longer exists. Party's over. And they feared dying twice. That's called dying two deaths. The physical body, well, you know that. But when the heart loses the scale of Maya, that's the second death. That's the worst. Why? Because it's eternal. You don't come back from that. That's why. Wrapping it up again. Oh, I know it took a little while, but man, this is good information. I hope you're getting it. I know some of y'all are. That's why I do it. Let's do this. Wrapping it up. Taking it home. In the home stretch. Now, in the ancient Egyptians, as the chakra system of India was adopted, those who, watch this, achieve no higher than the level of the third chakra are considered to be what? People of the same level of consciousness as animals, aka beastly nature. That's your nature. You're supposed to become conscious. All animals, that's cool for animal to live on a beastly nature. It ain't good for a human to live beastly. Okay, that's why we got laws. That's why we raise the conscious level. We just walk around just like the animals of the field. You got to make laws for humans not to have sexual intercourse with animals. That's beastly. Those people, watch this, will have no reincarnate in order to what? Further evolve beyond this stage. Why? Upon reincarnating, they will once again have the possibility of confronting situations which will afford them what? The opportunity to perform this time what? Correct action. That do-over is for the spirit to get a chance to go home, not you. Okay, you get a one-shot deal. Trust me, you only go this way once. Anybody tell you other than that, They are lying. That I know. Wrap it up. Correct feeling, no, right feeling leads to right thinking. That leads to right being, which is the goal to be right what we really are, one with God. Become a right thinker, master self, know thyself, and become one with God. I did. Come on, it ain't too bad. I'm having fun. I want some company, so I'm bringing all my right thinkers. Come on. I'll be back. Hope you enjoyed the lesson.